This tutorial will show you how to use Photoshop to edit a picture and make it look like you are in the picture using the magnetic lasso tool. If you have been in another Photoshop related class and you have a tool that you prefer, by all means use it. This is just the one that I like. So to get started, you need to have your images downloaded. So I already downloaded the image that I'm going to use of, not me, but my child. So you need to make sure that image is already up and on your computer or downloads or somewhere. My suggestion to you would be to download Google Drive on your phone, because that's probably where your picture is at, and upload it that way. If your picture, you haven't taken a picture that's going to fit in your picture, basically if you don't have a picture that you can make look realistic, like you are in the image, you need to take one. You have an iPad with a camera, go to the hallway, go take a picture, okay? The other image that I need to save, and I wanted to go through saving that, is the image that you're going to Photoshop yourself into. And this needs to be a site from your location. Okay, so I picked an image. I'm going to right click, save image as. Make sure right here that it is a JPEG. It's not like a weird JPEG or I don't even know, some of the random web page file, anything like that. You need to make sure it's a JPEG or a PNG. I'm going to go save it out. I'm just going to put it in my downloads for right now. I'm going to say save. Next, I'm going to go to Photoshop. I already opened Photoshop on my computer just so that for the sake of this video, but pause me, go to search, just type Photoshop, and you're going to open the CC 2018. Okay? I'm going to say open. I'm going to go to wherever I saved my image, which, there's the first one. I'll say open. Be patient. There it is. Okay, file open. Go to my downloads. Go find this image again. There. Say open. Okay, so I have this image of Wyatt, and I'm going to make it look like he's sitting on the statue's shoulder. So, next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be on the image of myself, or you are going to be on your image. I'm going to come over here on the left-hand side. I'm going to right-click on the third option down, and I'm going to get the magnetic lasso tool. Okay. Then I'm going to use Control plus on my keyboard to zoom in. Couple of things while we're here. Control plus zooms in, Control minus zooms out, Control 0 fits it back to the screen. Control plus while you're zoomed in with the tool selected. See, if I wanted to try to drag down like I'm using the tool, I don't want to do that. If I press and hold the space bar, I can click and drag down. Okay? So I'm just going to pick a random spot, and I'm just going to click and start dragging along my image. The magnetic lasso tool is nice because it picks up differences in pixels and creates a nice line. So see, it's clinging to his shirt. Let's say, oops, accidentally get too far out there and get crazy. I don't have to start over. If I press the delete key on my keyboard and I just back up my mouse to the spot where I no longer was messed up, I can. So see how it's not really wanting to pick up the indent right here on his shirt? I can go and click also. So you're going to come along here. Okay. Come along, come along. I'm going quick. I'm going to want you guys to go slower so that you have better detail. Like I would want that shoelace in there, but I don't want to make you sit here and watch me do this whole thing. So I'm going to go quicker. Okay. Alright. Like I said, going way too fast, getting way not good, but you guys get the idea. Okay? Hair can be kind of tricky, and I'm not going to teach us any big tricks on doing that. He's got this fine blonde hair that against the brown sand doesn't really stand out, so maybe instead I might give him a little haircut instead and just kind of try to make his head not look misshapen, you know? Not doing a very good job of that. Anyway, you get the idea that you are tracing your image. This is why, especially if you are taking an image, I would highly encourage you go against a plain background. That'll make this process way easier. So when you get to the end of your perfect selection, not Miss Payne selection, if you hover over your starting point, you see that little circle that shows up next to the magnet? That means that my loop is complete. Okay? Now I'm going to go get, all I'm going to do, I'm not even going to use my move tool, I'm going to Control C to copy. Go ahead and come over here, click my move tool, Control V to paste, and notice it's huge because my image is huge. And the image I got off the internet is not. If you paste it and you're like, Miss, nothing's happening, look over here on the layers. Do you see the layer that you just pasted? Chances are it's just so big it's often no man's land over here. So I'm going to Control minus and zoom way out. I'm going to hit Control T. And that gives me access to my image. Okay? And I know I'm dropping a lot of Control 0, Control minus, Control T, Control plus, whatever. So please, please, please pause, backtrack, slow me down, whatever you need to do. I'm going to press and hold the Shift key. And here's why. If I don't press and hold the Shift key, I can make Wyatt look like Flat Stanley or really wide. That's not what I want. Oops. I want to Shift and drag in because that will keep him to scale and keep him proportionate. Please make sure you press and hold Shift first, then drag, let go of your mouse, and then let go of Shift. So I'm going to zoom myself back in, Shift, drag, okay. He's so cute, right? So I want him to look like he's up here on this shoulder. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more, press on my space bar to move around just to make sure he's where I want him. Push Enter. Okay, he's a little blurry just because the image is so low quality, but you get the idea. So here's my image of Wyatt sitting on his shoulder. Now I want to save it. I want to go File, Save As. I'm going to name this my Rio, or I'm actually going to say Brazil, Photoshop, final image. Something that will tell me, hey, this is my final image. This is the one I want to put into my PowerPoint. I want to save it as a JPEG. And push Save. The file size 7/8. It doesn't need to be super high quality. Say OK. Once you have saved it, from there, you should be able to go to the PowerPoint or Google Slides, whichever you chose on your computer, and go File, Insert. So I'm just going to show you real quick. I should have done this before, sorry. So I'm using Google Slides, let's say. To insert my image, I would go Insert, Image, Upload from the computer. Go find where I saved it. Brazil Photoshop final image, say Open. Okay. And that would go on my image or my slide. Was it slide 9, I believe, where the image of you photoshopped into one of your sites. Okay? I might be slide 8. Regardless, you know. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I hope this tutorial was helpful. If it was not, if there was points where you got lost, please let me know so I know for future times. Thanks.